So your skincare classes, yay! This is a sheet that is you can make some copies of, and that helps you keep track of your parties. Okay, because as soon as you have a party booked, then you want to start the process of coaching that party. And it's really important to coach that party really, really well with the hostess of what she's going to get for free, how to have a successful party, how to partner with her, things like that. Okay, so you can have like a sheet of these if you want to on each party. So it helps you feel organized. Of hostess's info, directions if you need it. Then it helps you keep track of what you need to do to the host, of what you want to coach, what you do to the hostess, what you coach her. How to invite the guests, talk to her about refreshments, blah blah blah. Your guest list, and then you can evaluate. How did I do after the party? What were my results? And then the kind of your check of things to do after the party. So this really helps you. Once this stuff becomes second nature to you, you might not have to use this sheet. Some people really like it because it helps them have that organization, and that's totally fine. But as soon as that party is booked, your next step with that party is to get the guest list. So as you book the parties, then your next step is to say to her, and these people that booked the party last night, I would send them this text today, to say, hey girl, I'll send out the invitations for your party. So all I need from you is your list of who's coming. So just, send me your names and phone numbers of who's going to be there. And then I'll send them out an invitation. And so the easy way that you can do is you can send her a text of say, because I think texting is the easy way right now. Most everyone texts. And so here's a text that you can send your people. Say, hey girl, I'm doing a party on Wednesday, March 3rd at 7 o'clock. Would love to have you come. Hey girl, I'm doing a Mary Kay party Wednesday, 7 o'clock, my house. Would love to have you. Text me back your address so I can send you an invitation.
So I send this.
She sends that out, and then they send back their mailing address, and she forwards that to you, which is usually what happens because they don't know you, so they might not give you her address, and chances are today people don't know people's mailing addresses, so they don't have their mailing addresses, and she can forward it to you. I also sometimes do that on Facebook, because if she gives me her list of who she's going to invite, then I can go on Facebook and find those people, and just say, hey, Susie, Jane invited you to her party next Wednesday. I'm the consultant doing it. I'm sending out invitations. Can you message me back your address so that I can send you your invite? Because I think there's just a lot of benefit in sending a postcard, handwritten invitation for your parties, because they're just much more likely to be there. If it's only a text, if it's only a Facebook message or a Facebook invite, it's not in front of them all the time. And so it's easy for them to forget. So if they have that, it's one of my sales directors wouldn't be here if her person had not sent a postcard invitation. She came home from work and was tired and forgot, then saw the postcard on the fridge and was like, oh, that's that party I was going to go to. Okay, I'll go. So she went, and now she's a Mary Kay sales director because of the postcard invitation. So, but what I find is that if you ask the hostess for all their addresses, she doesn't know their addresses anymore. People don't know people's mailing addresses. They don't have the directories and stuff like they used to. So I'll ask her, say, hey, I can text them and get their addresses, or would you rather text them and get their address and send it to me? I'll kind of let her decide that. If she's real busy and she doesn't want to deal with it, I'll handle it. But most importantly, you want the list of names and phone numbers of who they're inviting. Even if they haven't told them yet that they're inviting them, send me your list, ideally of at least 10 that you're going to invite. So if she invites 10, she's more likely to have 6 that show up. 5. Ideally, 5 plus the hostess is your goal. 6 people at the party. Because usually about 50% can come of what you invite. So that's your goal right now with those hostesses. Is to say, hey girl, we got to get your guest list. And I usually give them a half price item for getting me their guest list. Because again, price item. And it's one item. It's not like the whole Ultimate Miracle set. It's one item. But you get me your half price item, and you get me your guest list within 48 hours, you get a half price item in addition to your free stuff. Alright, so that you're staying on top of her and getting that list of who she's going to invite. Because you want to have that guest list. Your most important goal from booking a party is getting your guest list. Because what happens is even if that party doesn't hold or something happens, you still have that list of 10 people's name members that you can contact. So your guest list is where you can be willing to make the biggest investment financially is to get that guest list. Okay. The other thing that's really important to have in place is to give her an incentive for holding it on the original date. So, okay, I've set, next Wednesday aside for you at 7 o'clock, you and your friends. As long as we get to hold the party on that date, you're going to get another bonus gift. A bonus gift can be the little mini hand cream, the mini mascara that cost you hardly anything, but it's just a special bonus gift, an incentive for her to hold it on that date. So an incentive for having the guest list, incentive for holding it on the original date. Okay, those are your big ones that you want to have. As far as a hostess plan of what you offer her, there is a little brochure that comes in you got some in your kit. It's a little hostess brochure. And in the hostess brochure, I don't know if I have the most current one here. But it offers them like 1, 2, or 3 options as their free product. Now there's not a set company hostess plan. You kind of get to do whatever you want to. And I can give you 1,000 different options. I'm not going to give you 1,000 options. I'm going to give you 3. I encourage you to use those, let them pick from those, and then as you grow in your skills and you hear another idea and you want to try another idea, you're more than welcome to. Okay? But in the consultant, in the hostess pack brochure from Mary Kay, it says option number 1 is they can get a % of free product based on the sales. So like if they have a party with, your goal, of course, we said is always a party with 2 bookings, right? Always booking 2 parties from your party. So hold that party, you get 2 bookings from it. If she gets 2 bookings at her party, then she gets 20% in free product of the sales. So if you have a $200 party with 2 bookings, she gets $40 free. So 20%, and there's a little chart on the brochure that shows you that, but basically, if she has 2 bookings, she gets 20% free. If she has 1 booking, she gets 15% free. If she has no booking, she gets 10% free. But I don't even say 10, 15, 20%. I just say, we're going to have your party with 2 bookings, and you get 20% free. Okay? Or the other option that I give them is $75 for $35. And they can pick out any $75 worth of stuff and only pay $35 for it. And what I like about that one is it's not based on the sales, it's not based on what people buy. Like sometimes people don't want to get something only based on what people buy because then they feel like obligated, people have to buy stuff and things like that. The 75 for 35, here's the great part about that. $75 worth of product costs you half, right? So it costs you $37.50. She's going to pay you $35. So you're only out $2.50. That's very minimal. And it doesn't matter if you sold nothing. So that's kind of my default that I always fall back to. If it wasn't a great turnout, if it wasn't a lot of sales, if there wasn't a lot of whatever, she still gets 75 or 35. Essentially, it's $40 free. But if you gave her $40 free, that cost you 20. If you give her 75 or 35, it's only costing you 2. Does that make sense? And then the third option on the little brochure just says, like, ask your consultant for her special, because it kind of leaves it up to you. What I do is a half price shopping spree. Is that she can basically get anything she wants that night for half price. So she might pick out $400 worth of stuff and pay you $200. It's fine. How much does it cost you out of pocket? Nothing. Exactly. Now of course keeping in mind you pay sales tax, charge her sales tax on the full retail price, not the wholesale. But that's kind of my 3 options. And I just let them pick. I'm like, do you get more excited about free product, discounted product, or an unlimited half price shopping spree? And a lot of people pick out unlimited half price shopping spree, because they're like, wow, I've been really wanting that time-lapse repair, and I've really been wanting all this other stuff, and I want $400 of stuff. Well, you get it for $200, Some people, super, super tight budget, and they're like, I really can't afford a single penny, I'm just going to get some free stuff. Okay, great. Here's the fun part about the free benefit. If she likes the free product, here's how the numbers work. This is where some fun math comes in, some good math, okay? I let her pick out, okay, tell me your list of products of some stuff that you want to get for free. Like Barbara last night, she's like, I really want So like if someone says, I want the miracle set for free, it's $100, 90 really. Okay, well, let's say 100, so it's easier to multiply. So 100, she puts out $100 in free stuff that she wants. If you take that number of what her wish list is and multiply it times 5, then that's how much of a sales she needs to have at a party with 2 bookings. She gets the 20% free. So if she wants $100 in free stuff, then I'm going to tell her, okay, then all you need to do is have a $500 party with 2 bookings. Because a $500 party for 2 bookings gets her 20% free. 20% of 500 is 100. So it's just an easy way of, if someone says, well, I really want to get the basic skincare set for free and it's $50. I'm like, okay, 50 times 5, $250. All you have to do is host a party that's $250 in sales with 2 bookings. And you're going to get $50 free. So it makes it easy for you in your head to help someone figure out how they can get stuff for free. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And you can include in their sales total, of course, any outside sales, so any sales that they do from people that aren't at the party, that gets included in her sales total as well. So I think those are the easiest 3 options to give people starting out. If you want to just pick one and do one of them, then just pick one and do one of them. If that simplifies it for you, if the 20% thing makes you have a headache, then just do 75 for 35, or just do half price shopping spree. It is completely your choice. You get to choose. And so I think it comes down to, what would you be excited to hold a party for? If I gave you A, B, and C options, and which one would you most be motivated to hold a party for? That's the one that you're going to implement the most in your business.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So like last night, Barbara and Tyler both in my party. But Tyler, they're both a party, but they're both going to be there, and then but their sister and other daughter, both their sisters are going to be there.
What you can do with that is you can just kind of let them split the hostess credit.
Okay.
You know, so like, you want to give them both a 50% off shopping spree, you could. It doesn't cost you anything. Or if they're going to do like the free or the 75 for 35, then they just get to share it. I mean, you could really give 75, 35 to each of them. You know, the only thing you'd really have to split would be if they did the free product option. You know, if they did, where they get $100 in free stuff, and I would get 50 to this hostess and 50 to this hostess. So that's, I would just kind of let them share the hostess credit.
Okay.
Just do it that way. That answer your question?
Mhm.
Yeah. Get at your business.
And do I ask them this before the party?
Yeah, I probably would. I would just say, I'm so excited you're doing your party. Because, normally at the party, you're talking about this during the party. Now, we didn't do it last night because it wasn't the party, it was the debut. So I didn't really get to go over with them all the benefits of holding a party, which is really cool if they all book parties with you, just because.
So that's part of the getting them the book, like, so I think that's since Lauren book this party for me.
Exactly.
She's
getting
this.
blah, blah, blah. Exactly.
And if you would book a party with me with
Yes,
other friends.
Exactly. Then you would also get that too. Absolutely. So all during your party, you're romancing them hosting their own party and having fun with their friends and getting free products and things like that. Yes, exactly. So, and I would have a little, like a little hostess packet. Let me grab one and show you.
So let me ask you another question. So like, some of my work friends might just want to do one together. Since they don't know, can I just give them all 25% off?
Sure.
Or something?
You want to do something like that? Sure.
That way I'm not completely.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
You can do something like that, you know? Or sometimes I've done like a mystery hostess where I can put everyone's name in a hat and we draw one person out and she gets the hostess credit, you know, something like that. So, yeah, you can do whatever you want.
I think with this group, I would maybe give them all.
Give them all something.
discount
No, that's
so they
fine.
can-
No, that's fine. You know, the thing is, you don't want to like be like, okay, everyone from work always gets 25%
Right.
off.
Oh,
You know, but it would
yeah,
just be
just
at
for
that
that party.
night, just at that party,
Absolutely.
completely fine. Yes,
Yeah.
because that's your. I would probably do 20.
20.
Because really, you know, you're only profiting 40%. You know, because 50 goes into the product, 10 covers your expenses. So then you're just kind of just splitting your profit with them. So just the 20% off
That's
something
good.
that night. You know?
Because one of the girls before the party said something. She was like, "When I just work back home, we felt like you always give us 15% off." And I was like, well, I mean, she might build her business up and then felt comfortable doing that with you, but I just couldn't do that right
Right,
away.
exactly. Now, here's another great response to that. If you have someone that says, well, my friend gives me a discount, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, you know what? I'll let you get your products for free. So I let my customers get products for free. And free is the best price, don't you think? So,
And that's
and that's exactly
the
how a
product.
party is for free people, exactly. You know? Or if someone doesn't want to have a party, but they just want to take up some orders. They're like, I don't want to do a party, I want to keep people together, but I think I've got some people that order some stuff. Well, sure. You know what I'll do with that? Like, kind of call it like a silent hostess, kind of an outside orders party. She give her a book, she takes up orders, which I mean, obviously is not nearly as much as doing a party, but it's something. Then I just give her like 20% of the orders and free product. You know, so if she brings me $100 in orders, I give her $20 in free stuff. It's easy because I didn't do any work for that.
Yeah.
You know, it's still it's the same credit as the a party with 2 bookings, but it took me no time.
Yeah.
And I got the contact information of these other potential customers that didn't cost me any time or money. So I would have this. You see me use these bags a lot.
Yeah.
These the place that I order these from is called mygirlfriendshouse.com. And they have, you want to get the self-sealing, they have all different sizes. So like they have some that are the smaller sizes, they have some like just a lookbook size, and they have the full like 8.5 by 11. But this is what I do Hostess packets in, because it's more fun than a vanilla envelope. And it's really less expensive, because you get like 100 of them for $12 or something like that. So they're very, and you can mail this.
Yeah.
You can, put a label on it and mail it. So my Hostess packet consists of the Hostess brochure, which this is an older version one, but because I just had a bunch of them. But yours is I think smaller. But anyway, but it kind of has in there, like it has the little breakdown of the free product and stuff like that. So it has those in there. So you have the one in there, and it has the little brochure from the company with the brochure. I have some little outside order forms, and these are on my website. I'll post them actually too to the Facebook group, because this is if she has people that want to order stuff but can't come to the party. So I have the Hostess brochure, some outside order forms, and what I like about this one, instead of putting a sales ticket in there, is they can mark things on here of they would like to have a facial, or they would like to host a party, because like this is someone that I'm never going to meet probably, because I'm probably just going to get the orders together and give them to that girl, and she's going to take it to her friend at work. So I want to have as much information as I can about that person, and then put your stamp here with your info. And then I'd like to put a little sheet on there about helping her think of who to invite. And here's her guest list, of her list of people. Now, sometimes I have people email it to me, sometimes they Facebook it to me, sometimes they'll text it to me, and so I'll call them and get it. But the goal is to get that guest list within 48 hours of the time you book the party, and you can offer whatever you have to get that. It's up to you. Half price item I think is an easy way. Most people do pretty much anything for that half price item. You're offering a free eyeshadow. Eyeshadow costs you $3 for a little eyeshadow. The wholesale. I love a free eyeshadow. So it's just something, whatever you think would be motivate and excite her to get you that guest list, because that's really your most important thing. And then this is a little brochure that's also on my website. It just kind of tells a little bit about Mary Kay. What would be in it for me and Mary Kay. So this is just some kind of team building information about the company, and that's it. But it looks cute. You make it fun, cute. So I did order you Hostess brochures so that you can make packets.
Okay.
And there's also, you have some postcard invitations that I ordered you, so that you can send invitations for your parties as well. And then there's also some on my website that you can print out your own. So you don't have to order a company one, but they're 10 for $1, so they're really inexpensive. So probably in your next order, we probably want to order more because you're gonna have so many parties you're sending invitations to. But sending that postcard invitation is really helpful to do that for your Hostess packet. And then going back through, you want to have that conversation with your hostess of coaching her, how to invite guests. Say, hey, just send a text out, get their address and send it to me, or give me your list and I'll get their addresses to send the postcards to, and then I coach her through just some simple refreshments if you want to. I try to do the food at the end so that we have room at the table to do all the facial stuff. Like one of the ladies last night was was like, I'm gonna have some wine at my
Yeah.
party, and then I said to her, I said, well, you know what, that's fine. I said, but actually, if you drink wine, it changes your skin tone, it makes it flushed. So wait to bring out the wine until towards the end, because they don't want to match with the skin foundation wrong. She's like, oh, I never thought about that. That's a good idea. So, that's kind of my throwing in there to not drink too much wine until we get to the end.
Yeah.
But it's a kind of an easy way of saying that to people. Her class area, it says where's she going to hold the class, her kitchen table, her dining room table, kind of talk to her about what that's going to look like. Childcare arrangements, I do tell people, it's like, this is a mom's night out only, because you don't want 12 2-year-olds running around because then you go insane. And you do parties like that, and you'll learn really quickly, that's not the way you want to do it. So, just say, it's mom's night out. If you know she has little kids, now, Tanya's her 7-year-old, she was fine, not a big deal, but you kind of coach them through, if you know they have little ones, say, hey, who's going to take care of the kids for you so that you can really enjoy this night, and coach the guests not to bring their kids with them too. Something about like every child cost you $100 or something like that because it cost you their attention. Encourage her to take up outside orders. I also put a lookbook in here too. Okay, so learn to look the catalogs, and then help her figure out what she's going to get for free, things like that. Okay, and then this is where you can keep track of the guest list and who she's invited, their phone number, and then what you're going to do with that guest list is you're going to do something called pre-profile each of those guests. Okay, so you saw that on the DVD.
Yes.
I do a lot of the pre-profiling too through text and Facebook.
Right.
Okay, so I'll send them a text and just say, hey, I'm doing Susie's party next Wednesday. Have a couple questions for you about your skin, and then we'll sometimes just have a text conversation. The main goal of pre-profiling is to begin building a relationship and building rapport with that person. Okay, so I do it under the agenda of, I want to find out what your skin type is so I know what kind of products to bring. But really, I just want to build a relationship with her. Find out she's used Mary Kay before. If she hasn't used Mary Kay, if she already has a consultant, you kind of already overcome that then. Or if you're just kind of figuring out with her as far as what, I always ask if you could change one thing about your skin, what would it be? Like, oh my gosh, I have awful dark circles. And I say, we have the most awesome eye cream that you'll get to try that night. It looks great on dark circles. I can't wait to see how you like it. Because then, now she's hooked. Because now she's like, oh.
So what do you ask in the pre-profiling?
In the pre-profiling, I'm going to say, what kind of skin do you have? Normal, dry, or oily. What type of skin. And then I'll ask them, if they've used Mary Kay before, what they've used, currently use it, a little bit about that. And then I'll say, if you could change one thing about your skin, what would it be? And I really try to, ideally, if you can reach them by phone, it is easier to pre-profile for them to hear your voice. So if I'm texting with someone and say, hey, I have a couple quick questions for you, is now a good time that I can give you a quick call? And if possible, I'll call them real quick. Now, it doesn't always work out that way, and they might be at work and they can't. Okay, well, I'll just text it, whatever. But something about if they hear your voice, they feel more connected to you, and they hear that you're not some crazy wild person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they feel comfortable with you, so then they're more comfortable to come to the party, and they kind of feel like they know you already. And I try to kind of find a common ground. Where do you work? And, your family. Oh, you just got married. I just got married too. Isn't it so fun? How are you? So like try to find some kind of common bond with them, so then they like you, and they're more likely to show up. Because the more bonded they are to you, the more likely they are to actually come. And when you have something that they really want to try, then they're likely to come. So that's really the pure profile questions for you. If you Facebook, if you text, it doesn't matter. It's really easy. And then on your sales tickets, you don't really need to fill out the address information if you have a profile card on them, because they've already done that. If it's someone that placed an outside order or just a random order that didn't actually facial, then you want to put their address and everything on here, and their email and phone number and stuff. And then on the sales ticket, you know, I just write the quantity, the description of what it is. And then you don't have to write the price twice, you just have to really write it once. So I just write it over in the amount section. If you're giving someone a discount, you do want to write it twice. Then you want to write like $50 here, and then if you gave them at half price, you write 25 there. Because you do make sure for the sales tax that you know what the original price is, because you have to charge sales tax on the original price, not the discounted price. Okay? And put your name. If they pay with a credit card, you write in their credit card information here. And then what you're going to do is this copy is for your files, for your income folder. I just give the next copy to them, even though it says beauty consult copy, just tear that out, give it to them. The next copy, I'm going to staple to the back of her profile card, right there, okay? So then I have a record of everything that she's ever bought from me. The very last copy, I would just put this in, like, maybe have a folder or envelope that says reorder, because then you have a record of everything that you sold that went off your shelf that you would want to reorder. Okay, so you can just put that in there, and then I just throw away that last piece because you don't really need it. And then of course, yes,
Sorry, what do you use the top one for?
your income. So a record of your, so at the end of the year, you're gonna need to know how much you sold. So that's what these are for,
Okay.
your total sales. And I just have like a folder that says income, that I put those in. And then I just paper clip them by the month, so that I can go back and feel how much did I sell in January 2013. I know what that amount was, you know, or whatever. So I just put these in an income. This is what, for your record of your sales, is what it comes down to. On your profile card, you're gonna file these, like in an alphabetical filing system is what I do. It's alphabetically by their last name is how I do it. And the nice part, of course, I just keep it together. You don't really need to separate them, but you can look at, you know, what they've marked on here that tells you which product will fix their problem. It's really easy. And then on the back here is for your notes. Like, I keep track of what their foundation color was. So at the party, you want to make sure you write down as you match their foundation, what foundation you matched with them. And then put down on here like maybe colors that she liked or she tried, things like that. You know, so most of the back is going to be like for your notes to keep track of. And then you do want to look at people's profile cards and make sure that they put their birthday, make sure they put their whole address, their email, their phone number. Sometimes they'll just forget to put some part of that. So I kind of go over and make sure that they filled it all in completely. And then I just file these, like I said, out in an alphabetical file, accordion file or folder or whatever, that I can just pull them out. But once you get home from a party, which is what we'll do on the website, you do want to put these people into the My Customers on Mary Kay in Touch. And so we'll go to the website and kind of show you how to do that as well. Okay. This is your starter kit. Packing for a skincare class. What I did is I actually pulled this bag outside of this bag, so I have two bags because I can fill this up and fill this one up. What I have in here are, I have the demo mineral powders and brushes in a little bag. You can use like the mirror bags are great for that. I have, this is the foundation organizer from MK Connections that you can have your demo foundation shades in. What I also did is, according to that, there's a foundation chart on the product section on Mary Kay in Touch that tells you the undertones. And I took little colored stickers from Walmart and made them so I could easily pick out a pink undertone, an olive undertone, and a yellow undertone. So I put it on the front of the tube, the back of the tube, and on the lid, because they come off, you know, eventually. So at least between 3 stickers on it, at least one of them still should be on there, okay? But that really can help you learn the undertones, because as you're looking at people's colors, you can kind of figure out, do they have a lot of pink in their skin, or do they have more olive skin? If it's not pink or olive, then it's probably yellow. And so then you can help know which one. So I just have like the matte wear and the luminous wear and the ivory. There's the ivory luminous wear. There's the beige matte wear. You know, you may not have all of them at first, but you can kind of build it up a little bit at a time, you know, for your foundation. So this is a great thing that you can get. It's like $12. I mean, it's not very expensive. But you can also just use like the little mirror bags, you know, and then you just have your demo miracle set in one of these bags that you're going to demo from. And of course I have the mirrors in here with the little tray already in it, so you can easily just set that up. I just put it face down in it, and it really stays like this pretty well. So you don't, that's why you don't really have to have the bag. It stays in here pretty good. You know, I have gotten to the point where I have demos of the tinted moisturizers, in addition to demos of all the liquid foundations and demos of all the mineral powders. You build up to that, okay? You start with what you have, and then kind of each order a couple extras to be able to have some demos of those things, okay? So you can kind of build it up a little bit at a time and keep it in the colors that you're going to have. Then also I have in here a demo of the botanicals. You know, some botanicals or the miracle set in there. I also have a demo of the Tomage Repair. I don't have it in here, but I have it just in one little clear bag. I have all my demo, all the lip glosses and lipsticks. Cotton balls, of course. And I have these little clear bags. I think they're on section 2 as well for like $1, but you can use ones like these are the ones these we had before we had these. But like this has all the mascara ones and the mascaras, the cream eyeshadows, the bronzer. Like these are all my color demos I do at the party. Cotton balls, I did that. My washcloths. With the washcloths, cut them in half on the crease. So like on the fold of where it's folded right here, just cut it right along this crease, and that makes 2. And they last twice as long that way. So that makes it a lot easier with your little disposable cloths to use at your party.
Those didn't come with it.
These came in your kit.
Oh. Okay.
Yep. They came in your starter kit.
Okay.
And then you can order more on section 2, you know. And then this is also a great little, this is all my demo lip and eyeliners. And this you can put off section 2, or on the intake connections as well. And then I just keep in here some little alcohol wipes that you can just wipe off the pencil without the people use them, you know. So I have this set up so that basically if I'm just doing a facial of one person, I have one mirror in here, and I have everything I need in this cart that I can just take this bag in as my only one if I'm just doing like 1 or 2 people, okay? And so I also have the closing sheet in here. My profile cards and my sales tickets are right here in this cart. And so I might just grab this if I'm just working with one person. And this bag is where I'm gonna have the rest of the mirrors, okay? So I have all the rest of my mirrors in here. I do have some headbands. You can pick some up at a dollar store, Walmart or something. Some people like to have a headband to pull their head back. I have like all the extra trays. And then I have other demo products. Like I have the concealers in here. I have my bronze foundation demos in here. I have my satin hands in here. I have demos of the scented lotion, the fragrances. So I kind of just have more extra stuff in here that I may not use every single time, but I might just want to have in case I want to have it for someone. Okay. So the key with it, you know, coming into your party, you just want it to be really simple and not like have a bunch of bags. You can have 1 or just 2. The only other thing that I would do is to have a roll-up bag filled prettily, nicely with your sets in there that are going to match the set sheet with those different options. So then you just kind of carry that by itself. And sometimes I can put that down on top of here, or I just carry that because that's what you're going to put in the middle of the table to make it look pretty. You're going to have your mirrors that you put around it. You never, ever, ever have catalogs. There's not catalogs in either one of those places. Okay. The catalogs can be with your product, and the catalog can go home with her order after she's filled her order with you. But you're never, ever, ever going to have a catalog on the table, by their place, or anywhere that you could give one to them. Because then if they ask you, you don't have it. It's in the car. So if they ask you for a book, you can say, oh, you know what? I think I have one in the car. I'll make sure you get it before you leave. But that's it. So any purchasing or ordering they do is only off of that sheet. That's it. Okay? You're not going to pull it off of anything else. So their individual prices on here, so you can all the individual prices off there.
So
Right.
catalogs are for people who just use
Exactly, exactly. Just want to see a book, they take it home because a catalog is made to sit down and shop, not to make a quick decision. You can't make a quick decision using a catalog. It takes too long. So the stat sheet limits their options and choices, so they just go by that, which makes it a lot